I'm Dr. Katherine and this is my trusty sidekick Delilah, and today we're going to be talking to you about how to help your dog, like this one, get through those scary noises like thunderstorms and fireworks. We're going to be covering a list of do's and don'ts, so things to do to help comfort your dog and also things to avoid. You're probably watching this video because your dog is just like my Delilah and gets petrified of loud noises, bangs, gunshots maybe, thunderstorms, fireworks. They might tremble and shake when they're hearing the sound. They might try to escape your house. They might be clawing at the door or trying to jump through the windows. Some of them like to seek comfort under the bed, or one of my other dogs used to hide in the bathtub, or they might even urinate and defecate in the house. So let's get started on our things to avoid, things not to do because they're going to make your dog's anxiety even worse. Number one on the list is do not leave the house. Don't leave your pet alone if at all possible. The reason being is we want to be home so we can help make sure that they're safe and also help to provide comfort. Similarly, please do not bring your dog to an event where they're going to be loud noises. So if you're planning on going to a party and bringing your dog and you know they're going to be fireworks, don't do it. Leave your dog at home. Similarly, do not tie your dog up outside if you know they're going to be loud noises. Don't, tie them up to the house or even put them in a crate outside, because they're going to do everything in their power, and often they have a lot of power when they're scared. They're going to be doing everything they can to escape, and they're likely going to be successful. A lot of dogs will do anything when they're that scared, and we don't want them getting injured in the process or after they've escaped, and they might go and get hit by a car, for example. So try to stay home. Don't leave your dog at home alone. Don't tie them up outside, and don't bring them to an event where you know they're going to be the loud noises. Number two on the list, do not scold your dog. So if your dog is scared, if they're trembling, if they're maybe doing behaviors that are kind of annoying to you, they've defecated, they've urinated, maybe they're scratching at furniture or scratching at the door, trying to get away from those loud sounds, don't scold them. They're not doing it to annoy you. They're doing it because they're petrified, and scolding them, punishing them negatively in any way is actually going to make the fear even worse. And our aim is to have a nice, relaxed dog like this pupper here, not having one that is even more scared of those loud sounds. If they're coming to you for comfort, so if you're hanging out on the sofa watching TV and they're trying to get on your lap, or they're trying to get as close as possible for comfort, don't push them away. If they want to be with you, let them. It's going to make them feel nice and secure. Speaking of which, let's get started on that list of things to try. Number one, please try and stay home with your dog if you know that a scary event is coming up. So if it's 4th of July, or if it's New Year's Eve, or if you know that thunderstorms are coming, please try and stay at home to be with them. As I mentioned earlier, that is going to help ensure that they're nice and safe, and it's also going to help provide them comfort. On a related note, when you are at home with them, we want to set up an environment that is as calm and safe as possible. So as I said earlier, don't leave them outside. You want them inside your house, and we want them in a room which is nice and secure. So that might be in a room with you. Some dogs like to be with you, but some dogs actually like to go away and hide by themselves. Either of those are fine. Just let your dog do what they want to do. But the room that they're in, we want it to be nice and secure. We want any windows and doors to be closed securely so that they can't escape, they can't jump out the window. And we want any furniture that's around to not pose a hazard. So if they're scratching on it, or that might damage their claws. I know Delilah's actually damaged a door so much that she drew blood from her paws, the poor little thing. And we also don't want any furniture falling on them. So set up a safe environment, and then also set up an environment that is nice and calming. So some dogs respond really well to this. Unfortunately, Delilah does not, but sometimes adding extra noises to the environment can help provide a bit of a distraction from those loud noises. I'm talking things like playing the radio, putting the television on. There is actually a lot of YouTube channels now, snorting, a lot of YouTube channels now specifically for calming dog music, so you might want to check those out and see if your dog likes them. Or putting on white noise, so fans, maybe the vacuum cleaner, the dishwasher, the washing machine, anything that's going to help block out those loud noises. Again, it doesn't work for every dog. Unfortunately, it doesn't help Delilah at all, but something to add to your toolkit. Speaking of being at home with your dog, this advice I'm about to say is pretty new, and it goes against what you may have previously heard, but that is, if your dog is coming to you for comfort, help them, comfort them. It used to be said that providing comfort to them can actually help to reinforce the behavior, and instead that you wanted to ignore your dog. Who can ignore a dog like this though? But the latest advice is actually to comfort your dog if they're seeking comfort from you. So we don't want to baby them, but we want to provide a nice, calm, reassuring voice to them. So if they're trying to jump on your lap, or if they're trying to get as close as you as possible on the pillow, if you're trying to get to sleep at night, let them do that. And just pat them like this. Pat them nice and confidently and calmly, and speak to them in a soothing voice, saying, it's okay, it's going to be okay. So nice reassuring tones like that does help to reduce their heart rate. That's been shown in studies, so it'll help to calm them down. Another thing that you can add to the toolkit that may work for your dog, again, this doesn't work for poor Delilah because she gets so anxious, but distraction can sometimes work. So distraction in the form of really tasty food or treats, or even playing with them, can help some dogs. So with food, you might want to, buy their favorite barbecue chicken, or pop some popcorn in the microwave and just give them small pieces at a time throughout the period that the loud sounds are happening, and then that can help to distract them from the sound because they're so excited about that food. There are some really great ways of delivering treats over a long period as well. So we all know of Kongs, adding some kibble and peanut butter or baby food or something to a Kong, putting it in the freezer, and then because it's frozen, it takes a dog a really long time to eat. There's another product that's pretty cool called the HyperPet Licky Mat Dog and Cat Feeding Plate by the company HyperPet, and with that one you smear peanut butter or applesauce through all of the kind of puzzle shape, and then it takes a really long time for them to lick it off. So again, we're looking at giving them treats over a long period. Similarly, playing with them, or even getting them to do some fun tricks like sitting and rolling over and giving them a treat afterwards, can help to distract some dogs. So distraction is another one you want to try. And then we've got a list of products that you might want to consider buying. Number one, you've probably heard of this, the Thunder shirt. There are also a couple of competitors on the market now. They're pretty much like a baby swaddle, so you wrap them all up in a really tight vest, which kind of mimics a hug. We all like hugs, don't we, Delilah? That can work really well for some dogs. Some dogs respond really well to providing that Thunder shirt in increments of time. So you put it on your dog for 20 to 30 minutes, then you take it off for 20 to 30 minutes, put it on again for 20 to 30 minutes, and repeat during the time that loud noise is happening. So the Thunder shirt is one you might want to try. Another product is called Adaptil, and that is a natural pheromone that is normally secreted by mama dogs for their puppies, and it helps to calm puppies down, and also older dogs like this Delilah. So Adaptil you can get as a spray or a diffuser that you plug in, and it kind of diffuses the scent throughout the room. It doesn't smell to humans. Or a collar form. It doesn't require a prescription, so you can just purchase that online. And finally, in our list of products that you can look at purchasing, a couple of drugs, one melatonin, the other one Cilio. Melatonin you may have heard of, humans take that a lot. It is a hormone that humans and dog bodies naturally produces. Humans often take it to get to sleep. It's involved in the sleep-wake cycle. Some dogs respond really positively during loud noises though, so it can help to calm some dogs down. I would chat to your vet before using that on your dog, just to make sure that it's going to be a safe option for them, and also chatting to them about the correct dose that you want to be using for your dog. And then the last one, Cilio, that is a prescription medication, so you can only get that from your vet. It's pretty new to the market, and it has been a lifesaver in our household. Delilah just has unbelievable levels of anxiety. She grew up originally in a place that had a lot of thunderstorms, and since moving to the US now we have to deal with 4th of July, and you know, in our area a lot of people just have their own personal fireworks they like to let off all the time. Sileo has been pretty much the only product and the only tool that has worked really well reliably, as well as of course sleeping on the spare bed, this bed, with her at night to help provide comfort. Sileo does help to stop that fear sensation. It'll stop the action of adrenaline, which we know is involved in the kind of flight or flight response. The manufacturers say that it doesn't have a sedative effect, although that hasn't been my experience with Delilah. I give a pretty low dose, and even at that level it knocks her out. It does help her to get to sleep. I don't know whether she's just exhausted and she was going to go to sleep anyway if she wasn't listening to the loud sounds, but I reliably do find that she falls asleep on that. So chat to your vet about that one. I've personally found it really effective, but it may not be appropriate for your dog. So now we've covered a list of things to do and things to avoid in the event that your dog is really scared. They suffer anxiety from loud noises like thunderstorms and fireworks. Just a quick recap of things to do. Number 1, try and stay home if possible, or even better, get away on a vacation. If you are at home with them, setting up a nice safe space for them, providing distracting noises like TV or the radio or white noise, helping to distract them as much as possible with tasty foods and treats, or even playing games with them. Providing comfort, so speaking to them in a calm, reassuring voice. And then a couple of products that you could try: Adaptil, the Thunder Shirt, and then finally a couple of drugs, Sileo and melatonin, that I recommend you chat to your vet about. So there we have it. Hopefully you have some nice tools in your toolkit so that next time it is thunderstorm season or there are fireworks, maybe it's New Year's Eve and time to party, your dog is going to be nice and calm and relaxed and happy and might even sleep through them rather than the anxious and stressed out pupper that you're used to. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel because we upload new dog care tips every week. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.